Welcome to your daily focus, December the 30th, 2022. So that means one more sleep and it's New Year's Eve for those of you who celebrate it now. I think there's a lot of imbalance today, a lot of sitting on the fence perhaps today. Some mild challenges coming our way. We'll talk about it all. Let's start at the beginning. Let me introduce myself. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We have the 30 energy today. The 30 energy is about transformation. It's about completion. It's about group experiences. It's about celebration, happiness, joy, and growing those relationships through smiles and giggles and laughter. Now, 3 plus 0 is a 3, which is really the 30 energy on a lesser scale. But when we have the 3 plus the 0 is like godlike when it's numerology. So it enhances the 3 energy. Now, if we do the numerology of the day, we would add the 3 plus the 3 plus the 6, which would give us a 12. And the 12 is more about pulling it back a little bit. You know, removing the emotion and looking at what we are trying to make decisions on, what we are going through, what we have been through, where we want to go, with more logic, with more reason, allowing clarity and understanding to come in on an easier level. So it's about pulling it back and relaxing, being in the moment, understanding what we need to give up control to, or perhaps we need to surrender to something. It's about removing the emotion and looking at our plans, our here and now, and even our past logically without that emotion tapped into it. And 1 plus 2 is the 3 again. So that 3 energy is very strong today for us. Very strong indeed. Now we have the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Aries. So that's a lot of cardinal energy for us. So we'll want to get up and go. We'll want to make plans to commit, surrender to our desires, our needs, our wants, our goals, our future successes. And plus the moon is in Aries. You know, we want to solve those problems at a snap of a finger, a drop of a hat. And it's not natural to do that. We need to pull it back. So don't let that Aries energy take you and run away with you. You need to back it up and think a little logically about really what your plan is on how you want to move forward. Okay, there's no deadline, so you're not going to run out of time. Absolutely. So slow down to decide what you want to do. Proceed at a pace that you can keep up with and commit to on a daily basis rather than giving it all that energy and then no energy. Now, the sun and Mars is talking. Remember that the Mars is in retrograde yet. And so since the sun and Mars is talking, there might be some kind of imbalance or pull between who you are, what you want, or what you want to do. Yeah, desires, they're quite compelling. We really want to step into them, but somehow it doesn't match who we are, how we show ourselves to the world. And we're afraid to take that giant step or even that baby step because people might comment, people might notice, people might come aware, and you're not ready for that experience yet. You may doubt that they'll still like you or want to hang with you or make fun of you, or you're just, so there's this lack of confidence that kind of swaggers there a little bit. The best way of using any kind of restless energy actually is to go out and help somebody else. You'll feel better, they'll feel great. And it takes your mind away from, do I want this? Do I want that? Do I want to go forward here? Do I want to put my energy there? Do I want to use my time this way? My vitality that way, my resources in such a way. And it's okay to kind of go back and forth and sway a little bit today. Okay, we have that 12 energy, but also with the sun and Mars retrograde, we want to go back and forth and back and forth. There could be some challenges, but I don't think the challenges will be all that great. They'll be mild challenges. Pay attention to them just the same, because they are trying to teach you something about you and how you can make your path a lot easier going forward. So when you meet a challenge today, it is to bring awareness. Now, when this kind of energy happens, we kind of are able to make some very useful changes or implement some different kind of structure or edit our plan or our strategy in some way that is beneficial to us. Okay. So if we're sitting on the fence about things, it's okay. We don't know how to go about things and how to fulfill them and if we want to fulfill them and what will people say, and it's not who they know me to be. And maybe you're trying to live up to the expectations of somebody else and what they think your life should be like or what you should be like. So I would think today is a deep thought kind of day. We have Capricorn, so that's good for planning, strategy. Aries, we want to go forward. We want the successes. So just back it up a little bit, because with that kind of energy, we can come up with some magnificent plans going forward. Okay, let's get to the cards. Now, our readings. Okay, so your year forward based on the stars, okay? I said it, and I don't even know why I said it, but I said it, and I offered it to you for like $25 a reading. And I woke up the next morning to my email and my PayPal exploding. So a couple of questions. I'm going to answer them fast. One, if you have not heard back from me, check your spam. Okay? For the 27th and the 28th, I answered everybody. The 29th is another story. I stopped watching my emails because if you're not in now and I haven't given you the green light, then you're not going to be able to get a reading this time around. You've missed the window. I even extended the window, and I'm sorry. PayPal, it's the only way I have to get paid right now. To do something else would cost a lot of money, and as you know, I don't do regular readings. I only get the couple of pennies that YouTube throws me, and my Patreon does help. But I am retired, and I retired early, so I don't have even the luxury of money coming in from the government or anything yet. So I am not going to go outside of the PayPal window. Now, I'm almost certain, and maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong here for anybody who's wondering, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to have a PayPal account in order to use my link and donate $25 Canadian. So I don't know where you were having problems, why you were having problems, but I do believe that that is why. And I mean, people from Iceland and Cambodia and everywhere else have been asking for readings, Germany, and so I would have to say it's on your end, and maybe research it a little bit so that you're ready for the next time. I will try and have a special like this sooner rather than later, but I do have to cut it off because I do want to do a countdown for New Year's Eve, and I promised you all I would have this done by New Year's Eve for you. So, well, January 1st, I said. You'll have it by January 1st, so I might be up early on January 1st. So if you've missed me, I'm sorry that you aren't able to benefit from this one, but perhaps the next one or one after that. And it's not a personal reading. Okay, it's not a personal reading. It's an astrology. It's about 25 to 30 pages, more or less. Okay, and it's a very personal plan for you with the stars that are coming up on where you should, if you're wondering, when should I start my new business? When should I step into that relationship? When should I have a talk with my boss? When should I go after that new job? When would be a good time to switch lanes for career or move homes? Or is there a time that I'll be overly productive and I can do a really major redecorating of my house or my landscape? Or when is the most beneficial time that I can plan on a trip and really enjoy myself without all the hiccups and the delays and the frustrations? And so you will be able to see certain things throughout the year where you can say, okay, well, I'll have to wait till then, but that's the perfect time. So or you were planning on having this meeting with the bank for a loan, and they're asking you for next week, and you look ahead and you're like, it says that, it's not going to go well for any kind of communication back and forth or bartering or debating. And so you say, well, I can't make it next week. How about the week after or something? And you wait for the good energy to come to assist you in whatever you're doing. So it is a great thing. It's not me personally giving you a reading. At the present time, I'm not doing them. A very select few are waiting for those types of readings, and but I'm not offering it to the public. Okay, right now, I'm still trying to get my life straightened out, and I've got lots of things that have been put on hold for 40 years that I do want to accomplish. So, anyways, let's get to the card. Our shadow is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands because what the Queen of Wands does. Okay, she's like this jury or this judge and jury for that matter. And she asks the questions. She does the research. She analyzes it. She looks at it from different perspectives. And when she makes a decision, it's the right decision going forward. Now, at that point, there's all kinds of energy. She's happy. She's thrilled. She doesn't have to ever look backwards and say, did I make the right decision? She knows she made the right decision, and she knows that what she is going after will materialize. So her energy alone brings in people that want to be part of that energy, and they may not know the whole reason why she's feeling so great and looking so happy and has all this energy, but they want to be a part of it. So what happens is we sit back, we do our research, we find the answers that we're looking for. We look at it from different perspectives, maybe playing devil's advocate with ourselves or get somebody else too. And then you make the decision, and then you go forward with this confidence, knowing you don't have to look backwards, knowing you don't have to doubt yourself on whether or not it was the right decision. And your energy alone brings the people necessary into your life to go forward in the way you want. Okay. Our first card is, look at this, the Three of Wands. We're not making decisions today. We are sitting on the fence. This is pretty obvious, but this is our first card. We're standing there, and we have three wands along the shore, and we are looking out into the distance, which is our future, towards the horizon. And we're thinking, there's not a lot of information there. The waters are a little choppy, so there's a lot of emotion attached to this. So remember, we have the 12 energy where we want to disconnect ourselves a little bit from that emotion. But we're kind of looking forward and seeing, okay, I'm strategizing this in my life. Will it work? And you kind of walk through and see how it looks and how it expands and how straight it goes. And then eventually we'll move over to the second wand. And we might think of something completely different, or we might do a couple of twists, a couple of edits, a couple of whatever's, okay, in order to just kind of change that plan just slightly and see how that looks. Eventually we move over to the third one. Eventually we do make a decision, but it's not until careful planning, careful consideration to really tap into our knowledge, our wisdom, or somebody else's knowledge and wisdom, so that we know how to go forward the right time, the first time around. We have the Two of Pentacles. Once again, now here we are having a hard time making a decision. Now this card essentially says that regardless of the decision you make, it's a good decision. Regardless of the decision you make, it will be a good decision. There is something that could go wrong though. You see how both ships are coming in? So we got ships on each side. We have a coin in each hand? Yes, we do. We need to get down to one of those ships. We need to make a decision on the direction we want to go forward. Because eventually what happens is once those boats come into port, they leave the port. And you have to be on one of those boats, or you're going to be standing up there still trying to decide what to do. So no decision is not a very good decision, because you're going to miss opportunities either way you turn, either way you look. Oh my gosh, Milo is just unbelievable these days. The Star card. Milo, there's nobody here, buddy. Come on now. You lay down. The Star card. I swear. So the new neighbor, he has an old pickup truck, and he slams the back and he slams the door, and then Milo gets all upset because he's guaranteed that somebody's here, but it's not here. It's just he's kind of loud next door, and he doesn't mean to be. He doesn't know what he's doing, but Milo has to learn. Okay, so we're in the middle of training here. He'll get better, I promise you. Remember when I first got him and how he'd be jumping all over me, and Dylan too? You know, there is a training, and if I don't expose them, then they'll never be trained. So bear with me, please, when it comes to my rescues. Okay, we have the star card, which is amazing because this is making the impossible possible. Where do I have that? I don't know if you can see it. Impossible possible. Get rid of that. Make it possible. Yes, this is kind of the energy where we start to back it up and we start to think it. We start to think, why am I out of sorts? Why am I sitting on the fence? What do I want to do going forward? What do I want to become going forward? How do people see me now? What is the transformation that needs to take place? And building your confidence, building your strength, building your courage to really step into those paths, those desires, those wants, those goals of yours. You get the aha moment, you get the epiphany. And perhaps a miracle even comes in, because we've had miracles over the last several days. So maybe that energy just flows on over. But this is where we get the aha moment, we get the epiphany. Now we will get a mantra card here. And our card today is leadership. Set your goals. So yeah, it's all about looking at our goals, isn't it? And there's the lion, the courageous lion with all the strength, the nobility. And sometimes, even though we don't think we're the lion, you know, fake it till you make it. Stand there strong, you know, get in your Sunday best and get out there and show the world what you are made of, kind of stuff. It's being the leader. Okay, now a lot of people are followers. A lot of people say, I'm just not a leader, Tilly. And I understand you and I get what you're saying, but you have to lead yourself. Okay, we had our parents, aunts and uncles and teachers and whatnot, coaches, and to keep us in line, to make us do what we didn't want to do, right? Until we wanted to do it, or until we knew that we needed to do it in order to live a healthy, successful life going forward. So sometimes we have to be a little mean on ourselves. We have to discipline ourselves. We have to put ourselves on a timeout sometimes. Probably not the timeout, is pulling ourselves off the timeout that matters the most, right? So it's about perhaps leading others, but leading yourself towards your dreams, towards your successes, towards your best life ever. Okay, let's get our book out and go to leadership. Set your goals, and we have the Capricorn Sun. So it is a perfect time to write it out, to make a dream board, to journal your goals, your dreams, your desires, and maybe an outline of a strategy of how you're going to do that. Put some dates around it. So you can master yourself with assertiveness and self-discipline, taking a leading role in any situation, knowing that mind over heart is sometimes necessary when decisions need to be made. Define your structure, set your boundaries, focus your attention on achieving your goals. Stick to your plan, see it through to the end. Your strength of purpose helps to overcome obstacles and achieve the impossible. I kid you not, it says, and achieve the impossible. Expect an opportunity or job promotion, but with it will come extra responsibilities. This may require letting go of unhealthy choices. The mantra is, I make fair and just decisions. I am a good leader. I make fair and just decisions. My decisions lead me towards success. I believe in miracles. Okay, let's get an animal card, shall we? So, and I emailed you guys by the email that you left on PayPal. Okay, so if you use another email, on a regular basis, you don't really use that one, or you forget what that one was, then check some of those old email addresses that you have kicking around that you don't really look at anymore, because it could be there too. But chances are I've emailed everybody, so it's out there somewhere. And if not, then touch base with me, because I've already got your name from the list from PayPal, so you're already in queue. So just get a hold of me with the information so that I can give you a reading. Okay, we have the tiger. Fire. Come on. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So I choose to be unstoppable. I have decided. I have told myself that I am going forward. I've built my confidence. I've built my strength. I've built my courage. I'm ready to take a risk on me and my ideas and my goals and my dreams and my best life ever. My passion is my power. So get excited about where you want to go, who you want to become. Be bold. Be brave. Mighty forces come to your aid. They're watching, okay? They see you struggling. Sometimes you have to ask them, okay? A lot of times they're not allowed to intervene with us, okay? It's called free will. We're able to do what we want to do, and they're holding their heads going, no, 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 not that way. But we do have free will. So sometimes we have to say, hey, forget this free will stuff right now. You guys have to come and help me and point me in the right direction. Lead me to the next opportunity. Lead me to my best life ever. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.